One innovation can change your ecosystem. One leader can change your country. One idea can change your world. One mentor can change your mindset. One lesson can change your approach. One opportunity can change your career. One bull market can change your net worth. And one stock or one share can change your life. So I am here to discuss that what really changed my life. So one idea, one stock really changed my life. And the name of the company is Sera Sanitary Ware, which gave me a 16,000 plus times return. Not 16,000%, 16,000 times. I bought the shares at 70 rupees way back in 2004-5, around 2005, at say 70 rupees. And from there it went up to 220 rupees. So by 2008, so I had actually, my money had gone up by 3 times or 4 times or something like that. But I did not sell any shares. And in 2008, Lehman Brothers crisis, the stock price came down to 50 rupees. That was below my cost price. So now you can understand that I had put a reasonable sum of my net worth at that point of time. So maybe 20 or 25% of my net worth of whatever money I had then, I had put in this one stock. So it was giving me 3 and 4 times return, and then finally it is falling back to the below my cost price. And again, after from 50 rupees, then between 2008 and 2014, it went up to 500 rupees. Then 500 rupees, it came down to 250 rupees. So, and then again 250 rupees to, by 2015, it had gone up to 1500 rupees. Then again from 1500 rupees, it came down to 700 rupees. Then 700 rupees by 2018 and all went up to 4,000 rupees. Then during COVID, it came down to 1800 rupees. Then after COVID, it went up to 8,300 rupees. And in between, company gave a bonus of 1-to-1. So that means it was 16,400 rupees for me. In 16, 17 years, company gave me a dividend. If I calculate on the 1-to-1 bonus, X bonus basis, that it was before bonus 170 rupees. But if I calculate bonus, the dividend was 250 rupees. So just imagine a 70 rupees shares giving you 250 rupees as a dividend. That means you are already multiplying your money 4 times, and it is better than the FD. Forget about the capital appreciation. So I just calculated my cost as 0 because of the 250 rupees or 230, 40 or whatever dividend. So the cost to my cost was 0, and which I finally in 2023 I sold at 8,300. As I said that after 1-to-1 bonus, the literally 16,400. But this journey was not so easy because, as I told you, that I had put a huge sum of my whatever my net worth at that point of time in one stock. So just try to understand that if a stock is going up 4 times and falling back below your cost, so what kind of mindset, what are you facing in this market? What is going through your mind? So that is very important. The stock market is all about your mindset. I always say that that your mental capacity is more important than your financial capacity. So now I am going to read out some quotes. Some 15, 16 quotes I have written with this experience, whatever experience I had in this, in 15, 16 years of journey. And that I am going to read out to you and explain it to you what does it really mean. So my first quote is that invest like a bull, sit like a bear, and watch like an eagle. This is the mantra for long-term investing. So invest like a bull, what I mean to say that, as I said, that I had invested 20% of my corpus in one stock. So that was investing like a bull. It could be dangerous also. It is risky also. Stock market is a risky business. So that is all right. But if you want to, if you want to multiply, if you want a multiplication in growth, then you have to, your input should also be in that manner. So invest like a bull, sit like a bear. It's a game of patience. So sit like a bear. It's a game of patience, as I told you, that I bought in 2004-5. In 2008, I did not sell. Again, it fell down. Then in 14, I did not sell. So sit like a bear and watch like an eagle. So it does not mean that I was just sitting idle. Every time I was watching the company, I was following all the news of the company. I was following their numbers. I was following all the developments taking place. I was also watching what this disruption is happening in India and in this particular sector. So every time I was aware. It is not that I had just bought it and forgot it. So I did not forget. So I was sitting, watching like an eagle. Second quote is, chase the story behind the stock, not money on the table. Money will make you rich, but the story will make you wealthy. Now you can relate this quote with my investment. Chase the story behind the stock. Usually, whatever nowadays people come to the market and they don't have patience, they just want to make money. कि 10% मिल गया, 20% मिल गया, 40% मिल गया, I doubled my money, I will just quit, So they are not following the story. So this is what I learned in my career of 30 years plus, that chase the story behind the stock, not money on the table. Because sometimes what happens, maybe the biggest story you can miss just, if suppose you have to make 100 rupees, but if you are following the profit, you may be satisfied in 10 rupees. But you will realize the moment you exit the stock, the bigger story started from there. So chase the story behind the stock, not money on the table. So there is a difference between being rich and being wealthy. So this is what I adopted in my life, and I am till date I am following the same principle. Third is, regret is a lifestyle disease of investing.
Really kind.
So it's very common, like you buy the stock price falls down, you will have a regret. You buy the stock price goes up, you will have a regret that I should have bought more, I could have bought more quantity. So all these kind of regret will always be there. Now just imagine what would have happened to me, like in 2008 I said that this 70 rupees stock went up to 225 rupees. And I had bought a reasonable quantity of the company, maybe 2% of the company, something like that. So it was not a small investment. So 225 rupees stock falling back to 50 rupees. So just imagine your 5 years of mehnat, your 5 years of dream are, 2 minutes mein sathi gaya. So this is what, so I could have also had this regret, oh my God, I should have sold at 225 rupees, now what I have done this. If I had that kind of thing in my mind, then I would not be able to get 16,400 times of return. So regret is a lifestyle disease, it's a disease. Second thing I have written another quote, Rome was not built in a day, but Hiroshima and Nagasaki were destroyed in a day. So everybody is talking about that Rome was not built in a day. That is all right. But the flip side is that Hiroshima and Nagasaki were also destroyed in a day. This is what I learned hard way in my life, and that is why I stopped trading in this market. I have stopped future and option, because earlier, as I said, that in my 35 plus years of career, I started with all this trading and all, but finally I realized that whatever money I would make in investment, I would lose in future. So future trading, F&O and all. So success rate in future is merely 1%. So that is why in investment, always remember that Rome was not built in a day. And in trading, always remember that Hiroshima and Nagasaki were destroyed in a day. And another quote was that quality of a good management. If somebody asks me that what is the one thing you look into a company before investing, I would say that management. And management should have 3 qualities: honest, hungry, and smart. So management has to be honest. Otherwise, whatever profit they will make, they can siphon out the money from the company, and ultimately that market size will not be created, market cap will not be created in the stock market. So they have to be honest and hungry. I always say that if a management does not have that hunger, that today I am suppose a regional company, and from regional to I want to become a national company, and from national to I want to become an international company. Today I have a 4%, 5% market share of this or my product. Maybe in 5 years now, or 15 years from now, or 10 years from now, I will double my market shares. So that kind of hunger, if a management does not have, investors cannot make money, because if the size of the company will not grow, we investors won't make money. And it's smart, of course, because there are many ups and downs during that journey, during the investment journey. Like for example, monetization came and the COVID came. So that smartness, and management should have that smartness to protect its company from all these things. So that comes with experience. That is why I have said that I do not invest in any company where management do not have an experience of 15, 20 years.
Yeah, that's very good.
And another quote I written, your investment belongs to the market and your profit belongs to you. It never goes into my mind that, okay, my net worth, like as I said, as an engineer, when it was 225 rupees, maybe suppose if I had invested 1 lakh rupees, for example, that time maybe it was, 4 lakhs or 3 lakhs or 4 lakhs, and 4 lakhs was at one point of time, maybe 40 crore, so That never goes into my mind that my worth is this much. That is not my worth. I said that your investment belongs to the market. As long as you are holding the stock, you are not selling the stock, that money does not belong to you, that money belongs to the market. So I never spent any money thinking that my demat statement is so big, so now I can afford to spend this much on some fashion or some branded things and all. I never did that. Another quote is there is large cap. Usually people talk that there are three caps in the market, large cap, mid cap and small cap. This is how they categorize. So I written a quote, there is mid cap, there is large cap, there is small cap, there is one more cap, which is Bhangar cap, jungle cap. And many shares, majority of the shares, or not majority, many shares come into that category. So you should have that intelligence to segregate them that, okay, these are the Bhangar cap, and I will never make money in this Bhangar caps, because ultimately you are not going to make money. Whenever there is a boom in the market, maybe those shares will appreciate, but the moment market will come down, you will lose your money. Those stocks will fall faster. And another quote I realized that if a management has not performed well in their bad times in the past, chances are they won't perform well in their good time in the future too. It simply I would like to say that the management should have those things in their DNA. You know, like person who wins every time, they have in their DNA. They learn from their mistakes and they make their life in such a way that maybe sometime if you are getting 80%, maybe marks, suppose 80 out of 100, next time you will get 60. So, but if you have not performed in the past, whenever a simple formula is this, whenever economy of the country is rising, all the sectors should do well. If a sector is lagging behind, is not doing well, that means there is a problem. So maybe in the next upswing of the economy, that company may not do well. Another quote is, don't learn literature from a history teacher. This is what I learned very clearly in my mind. I never discuss a stock with the people who is not related to the stock market, who is not related to the investment business. Like suppose, so this is what one should remember in your career also. You know that you don't learn literature from the history teacher. English, if you know mathematics, I will learn mathematics from you. I will not ask or I will not learn history from you. Yes. No academic degree can get you success in a stock market. This is what I realized over the years, that no academic degree going to help you, but it cannot guarantee you success in the stock market. If you are CA, if you are MBA, or you are an engineer or MIT passed out or whatever you are, but stock market is a different game. I always say that just because you are a chartered accountant or MBA or MIT graduate or whatever you are, that does not mean that you can fly a plane. To fly a plane, you have to learn flying. Same thing is applicable in the stock market. To learn investing, you have to learn be in investing. To be successful in investing, you have to be in investing. You have to learn the nitty-gritty of stock market. There are two things which is playing simultaneously in stock market. Not every time the market is, there are internal factors, there are external factors. Internal factor is very easy to understand, like if you understand the balance sheet of the company, you know the economy of the country, you know, you read about the management, everything you know about, that is internal factor. But external factor is in nobody control. When monsoon is going to fail, when rupee is going to depreciate, when some foreign policy will change, when Trump will impose some tariff on your company, when Bangladesh war will take place, when Ukraine things will take place, all those things, and there are so many things which are not under our control. So I was quoting that these are external factors. These are not beyond your control. So Gita also says the things which are not under your control, don't worry about that. And another quote is, read not only between the lines, but also what is not written. Because that is my only job, listening to all this corporate, all these managements and all the CEOs and CFOs of the company. Now they come on television, they come on everywhere, they keep on giving their interview. So this is how I get an idea after listening to them. So I try to understand what has not been said, and I try to read between the lines. Because they also have their reservations, they cannot disclose everything on with their shareholders. So, and be active, be selective, be inactive. There are times when you have to be active. There are there are times when you have to be active. There are times when you have to be selective. Don't keep on buying every now and then. Not that every stock, every time you are going to hit a century. And there are times to be inactive. Better to lose money in a good company rather than making money in a bad one. This is also very important. Better to lose money in a good company rather than making money in a bad company. Because suppose in a bad in a bad company, if you even if you make money just because of there is upswing in the market, that thing will always play in your mind. So, and next time you are going to do a bigger mistake. So it is better to do it in a good company so that ultimately your policy does not change and you stick to a good policy. And the whole purpose of choosing to invest as a career is to let a management constantly be worried about his company and you let yourself sip wine. But opposite happens. Usually what happens, I talk to investors and all, like they are holding 100 shares, 200, 500 shares, but every time they are talking about what is going to happen in this company, what is going to happen in India, what Mr. Modi is going, what kind of budget will Nirmala Sitharaman what policies will be introduced. So all these things, as an investor, you should not worry about all these things. That is why he said that management has to be smart. Good management sails through all these things. So investing is a blessed business. So relax and enjoy your journey. And the desire to become a millionaire overnight is the root cause of failures in the stock market. Is also very important. Stock market is a business. So if you will treat it as a business, it will give you a return like a business. If you will treat it as a gambling, then it will be a gamble for you. So this is also very important. Like whenever we are going to, if you want to do some business, you want to open a shop, for example. So you do a lot of homework. Where should I buy the shop? How big should be the shop? What interior will cost? What kind of inventory I will have? What is the footfall in that area? How much money I am going to invest? What would be my interest cost? What would be my return on capital? Or what would be my return? All these things, you have in mind and you do all this homework. But whenever somebody come into the market, they stop doing all the homework. But whoever will say something, they will buy the shares and later on regret. So that is why I have written many songs, 18, 20 songs I have written on to educate investors. All those songs are on the Twitter or YouTube. So I would request you, if anybody would like to come into the stock market or want to make your career into investing, you should read my quotes and my speeches and whatever at least my songs. So this is what the story of stock market. And one song I will, four lines I'm going to recite, which is again like it is for education purpose. कि सोच कर समझ कर इन्वेस्ट कर रूमर पे टिप्पण टाइम वेस्ट कर नॉलेज और पेशेंस का बिजनेस है ये अनुभव से सीख और बेस्ट कर थैंक यू वेरी मच
Basta, basta,